1 in the NFL is in the record books, and today we're going to talk about all the key storylines from Week 1 in today's NFL Week Recap. Let's spin the chair and get to the intro. Back to another video. I have been waiting to spin the chair for an NHL recap since the Super Bowl. I am so excited to be here today, and I hope you are all excited today as well. And today is going to be a great video, so welcome. Let's get into it today. The National Football League has officially wrapped up Week 1, and I want to start this video off by taking a look at every score from every game, and let's get into it. Basically, around the league here. We start with the Thursday night game. The Cowboys beat the Buccaneers 31. The Buccaneers beat the Cowboys 31-29. Seattle beats the Colts 28-16. Texans and Jaguars. It's the Texans that come up on top 37-21. The Eagles come up with 32 points in their game against the Falcons, who only scored 6. Chargers beat Washington 20-16. The Steelers beat the Bills 23-16. 49ers take the Lions 41-33. That was a close game. The Vikings and the Bengals 27-24. Bengals on top. The Panthers and the Jets 19-14. Panthers. Wait, the Jets lost? Yeah. The Cardinals and the Titans 38-13. And the Browns and the Chiefs 33-29. That was a close game as well. The Dolphins are over the Patriots 17-16. The Broncos take the Giants 27-13. The Packers and the Saints 38-3. The Bears and the Rams 34-14. The Ravens and the Raiders are tonight on ESPN. Well, what were last night when this video was coming out. But awesome scores there. Let's take a look at some maybe surprising ones here. I call these some maybe upsets. Buccaneers win. That's probably no surprise there. Seattle comes home with the win over the Colts. That was a closer one than I probably thought it was going to be. Let's talk a little bit about the Jaguars game, because Trevor Lawrence making his first triumphant return this season, and so many people are wondering what's going to happen with him this season. And I didn't really see much of the Jaguars game. I'll be honest, really tuned into the Patriots game, not really on the NFL Red Zone, but what I did see through highlights, he didn't look terrible, but again, the team ended up losing to the Texans by a little bit. I mean, it was still decently close, so it wasn't like a blowout, but still a little closer than I'm sure they wanted that to be. The Eagles take the Falcons 32-6. I wasn't expecting the Eagles to take the Falcons by that much, not to say the least. I did not think that was what was going to happen, but the Eagles are showing that they're good, and it's good for the National Football League if the Eagles are good, because that means that's just another competitive team in the league, and that's what they need. The Chargers and Washington, a really close game here as well. The Chargers end up winning it over Washington. Washington was competitive throughout this game, but I don't see it foreshadowing throughout the rest of the season. The Steelers get the Bills. I don't think I can say I was expecting that one. I didn't think the Steelers would get the Bills, but they did 23-16, and it's making my pick for how long they're going to go this season look a little bit better. But yeah, Steelers take the Bills. Joe Burrow's back, and he wins in an overtime showdown. Gets his team in field goal range. That was a pretty exciting game throughout that one. And the Browns and Chiefs. Browns were competitive. They are becoming a competitive team. And yeah, they were very competitive throughout this game. The Dolphins and Patriots, we'll get to that one a little bit later. Saints and Packers as well. And then my Sunday night game, the Rams, Matthew Stafford. Let's get into that story. My Super Bowl pick is looking better and better as the weeks go on. Well, I shouldn't say weeks. As the days go on, because Matthew Stafford and the Rams seem to be clicking. They seem to be clicking a lot, and I really like to see that. Matthew Stafford was throwing for touchdowns over and over and over. He was playing very good football. So yeah, he was on fire, and it's great to see that for the Rams. They weren't, I think he brings something that Jared Goff didn't bring. He brings a completely different thing than Jared Goff brought, but he brings something to the team, to the organization that they want, and that's exactly what they need. So good for him and his team. The Packers are not looking so hot. The Saints absolutely dominated them. The Saints are so good. And I'm not going to say it's because of Jameis Winston yet. If you guys missed my Cam's take, I kind of went off a little bit on the decision to start Jameis Winston. I still think Hill should be a starter, and I still stand by that as of today. If I think that that's a wrong prediction, I will let you know. If I think that's a wrong analyst, I'll tell you, and when that time comes, I will tell you. But as of right now, I think it is still the right prediction. I still think it's the right analyst that Jameis Winston should still be in there. But nevertheless, he wasn't, and that doesn't matter because the team won, and they won by great fashion. The offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball were absolutely dominant today, and that really showed throughout the whole game how offense and defense play both matter a lot. The defense was getting interceptions, they were getting pick sixes, they were getting their team in position, they were stopping the Packers, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers is locked and loaded. I just don't think he's locked and loaded. And I think that all these distractions over the offseason have affected the growth of the team. And that's completely on Aaron. And it says his heart, his mind, and everything's with the Packers. But I find that so hard to believe. To lose by a team that's favored to win the Super Bowl. You know, people think this team has a chance to go all the way. And this was not showing that you could go all the way. Now, granted, it is week 1. We have to take it all with a grain of salt. It's week 1. But nevertheless, week 1 matters. And, you know, with 18-week schedule, I know that's a lot, 1 bye this season, but look, the Packers do not look good. They're going to have to turn it around quickly rather than slowly because they got a long ways to go if they can't, because it's going to be a wild season. And the competition level is higher than it has ever been in the NFL, in my opinion. There's so much teams in the mix that the Packers had this sloppy performance. They're going to need to change it around. It was absolutely awful football being played on that side of the ball. So then we go over to the Dolphins, the first place Dolphins, as we should say, because they are first place in their division, beating the Patriots by 1 point. But the Patriots look good. They look good. Harris looked good. Even though he fumbled the ball, he still looked good. Mac Jones looked very good, and that's what we all care about. Mac Jones, the rookie QB. How did he look in a game? He looked like a rookie QB. Let's be honest. That's what he looked like. But he was able to get the ball out. He was throwing it around, and that's good. But, you know, there were some plays where like, wow, this kid's really, really good. There were some plays like, he's definitely a rookie. So, you know, that's going to happen, but still, there was plays today where I was like, wow, this is such an awesome play. And then there were some plays where like, it could be better. That's just a rookie play in there, but it definitely can be better, and it definitely will be better. I foresee it being better. So that is that one. All right, next, the Dolphins, yeah, they played pretty decent too. Tua was playing good. The Dolphins, I don't know how good they will be as the season progresses, but as of right now, they're okay, and hopefully for the Dolphins' sake, they can keep that up. All right, let's switch gears here and talk about the reigning AFC champions against the Browns as our last take of the day. This was another game that I found so interesting because the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, has not lost in September. He's won 11 straight games. He's won 11 straight games in September. They continue to get today. But the bigger story than Kansas City winning a game and still being there, they're still very good. I personally think the bigger story than that was how good they were, how competitive they were, and yeah, that's good there. But the bigger story is how good the Browns were, how awesome the Browns were today, how competitive they were, and how they were giving it to Kansas City. I predict the Browns are going to make the playoffs this year, and I think they can make the playoffs if they keep playing like this. They are playing very good football right now. The Browns have a chance, and it's really nice to see them playing as good as they're playing and being competitive in and out of the field. And I hope the Browns can keep it up because it's really good for them. They a team that's been joked about for NFL fans for so many years, made it back to the playoffs last year, made a little bit of a run. This year I think they could do that too. They almost beat Kansas City Chiefs, have been one of the most dominant teams in the National Football League for years. Alright, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. Until next time, I'm Cameron Simpson, and we'll see you next week for a NFL week recap as well as a NASCAR review. Week recaps are second until the NASCAR season is over, but we'll get to all that. Till next time, peace out.